Today, your person seems more positive about their current path. My beloved child. If these words have reached you today, it is not by chance. Something has quietly shifted in the heart of the person you keep thinking about, and that shift is far more important than it appears on the surface. For a long time, they felt trapped between uncertainty and hope, questioning every step they wanted to take. But today is different. Today, they seem more positive about their current path, and the reason behind that change is something almost no one around them understands. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. What happened was not loud. There was no dramatic announcement, no grand scene, no public confession. Instead, it happened in silence, where the biggest decisions are always made. They looked at their life from a completely different angle and suddenly realized that fear had been controlling choices that were never meant to be controlled by fear. For the first time in a long while, they stopped asking, "What if everything goes wrong?" and started asking, "What if this finally goes right?" That single question has begun changing everything. Even the people closest to them have noticed a calmness they cannot explain. They smile a little more, hesitate a little less, and carry themselves as if they know something important is coming. But here is the secret: they haven't told anyone what truly sparked this transformation. Deep inside, one thought keeps returning to them again and again, and somehow, that thought keeps leading back to you. There is another layer to this story that makes today unlike any ordinary day. While everyone assumes they are simply moving forward with life, the truth is far more surprising. They recently recognized that chasing distractions never brought the peace they expected. Every attempt to ignore what they truly felt only made the silence louder. So instead of running from their emotions, they finally allowed themselves to face them. That decision unlocked something powerful inside them. Suddenly, old doubts began losing their strength. Old fears no longer sounded convincing. Even memories that once caused pain now feel like lessons instead of wounds. Don't skip, because the next realization is something they never expected to have. They have started imagining a future that once felt impossible. A future where conversations become honest instead of complicated. A future where distance no longer decides the outcome. A future where waiting finally has meaning instead of frustration. They are not pretending everything is perfect. They simply believe that giving up no longer feels like the right choice. And once someone reaches that point, their entire direction begins to change. This new confidence isn't random, it is connected to something that has been quietly growing for much longer than anyone realizes. Now listen carefully, because this is where everything becomes even more unexpected. While they appear calm on the outside, their mind has been replaying one question repeatedly. What happens if I finally stop hiding what I truly feel? That question has opened a door they kept locked for far too long. Behind that door are words left unsaid, chances never taken, and emotions they believed would disappear with time, but they never did. Instead, those feelings became stronger. Today, they are beginning to understand that moving forward doesn't always mean leaving someone behind. Sometimes it means finally becoming brave enough to walk toward what has always mattered most. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because another unexpected moment is already beginning to form, and it will challenge everything they believed about timing, trust, and destiny. Someone will notice this change before they do. A conversation will unfold in a way neither of you could have predicted. A hidden truth is preparing to rise to the surface, and once it does, the path they feel so positive about today may lead directly toward the connection they have been trying to understand all along. The most surprising part is that they still have no idea how close they are to discovering what their heart has been trying to tell them from the very beginning. A quiet moment is approaching faster than either of you expects, and it will reveal something that has been building beneath the surface for much longer than anyone realizes. The person on your mind is no longer searching for signs that everything will be perfect before taking the next step. Instead, they are beginning to trust the feeling they have been trying to ignore. That change is powerful because it removes the wall that once stood between hope and action. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They have started noticing small details that never caught their attention before. A familiar song suddenly means something different. An ordinary place brings back memories they thought had disappeared. Even random conversations seem to point them toward the same realization. At first, they dismissed these moments as coincidences, but after seeing the same pattern again and again, they could no longer ignore it. Deep inside, they are beginning to understand that some connections never truly fade. They simply wait for the right season to be seen clearly. What surprises them the most is not what they feel, it is how peaceful those feelings have become. The confusion that once pushed them away has slowly been replaced by quiet certainty. They are no longer trying to prove anything to anyone else. They simply want to understand what their heart has been trying to say all this time. This new mindset is changing the decisions they make every single day. They have become more patient, more thoughtful, and much more willing to listen instead of reacting too quickly. People around them believe this confidence comes from success or personal growth, but the real reason remains hidden. The truth is that every step forward somehow reminds them of someone they never completely left behind. Every future plan seems incomplete unless one important question is answered first. That question grows louder with every passing day, and it is becoming impossible for them to silence it any longer. Now the story reaches a turning point that almost no one sees coming. Very soon, they will find themselves standing in front of an unexpected opportunity, a chance to say what has remained unspoken for far too long. They may hesitate for a moment, but unlike before, they are far less likely to walk away. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a reason today's positive energy feels so different. It is preparing them for a decision that could reshape everything that happens next. A single conversation, a simple message, or an unexpected encounter could become the beginning of a completely new chapter. They still believe they are simply moving forward with their own life, but they do not yet realize that every confident step they take is quietly leading them closer to the answer they have been searching for. And when that moment finally arrives, they will understand that today's optimism was never just about their own path, it was the first sign that two separate journeys were slowly beginning to move in the same direction. Everything becomes even more interesting from this point because the confidence they are feeling today is about to be tested in a way they never expected. Until now, it has been easy to believe that staying silent was the safest choice. But silence has started feeling heavier than honesty. They wake up with thoughts they cannot explain, and they go to sleep with the same unanswered questions. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The strange part is that every time they try to focus on something else, life quietly pulls their attention back to the same place. It happens through the smallest moments, a familiar name, an unexpected memory, or a feeling that appears without warning. They keep telling themselves it will eventually disappear, yet instead of fading, it becomes clearer. That is why today feels different. Their positive attitude is no longer based on hope alone. It is based on the realization that avoiding the truth has never brought them the peace they were searching for. There is another secret they have not shared with anyone. Recently, someone close to them noticed the change in their behavior and asked a simple question: "Why do you seem happier lately?" They smiled, changed the subject, and never gave the real answer. The truth was too personal to explain. Deep inside, they knew something important was shifting, but they couldn't put it into words. They have started believing that not every meaningful connection needs to be forced. Some things naturally find their way back when the timing is finally right. That belief has given them a kind of quiet strength they have never experienced before. Instead of chasing certainty, they are learning to trust the journey itself. And with every passing day, the fear of taking one meaningful step becomes smaller than the fear of wondering, "What if I never try?" That single thought has begun changing the way they see their entire future. Now pay close attention, because the next moment could become the one they remember for a very long time. A situation is approaching that will make them pause and look back at everything they once believed was over. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They will suddenly realize that one unfinished chapter has never truly left their heart. The signs have been there all along, but only now are they beginning to connect every piece of the puzzle. An unexpected opportunity is quietly making its way toward them, and when it finally appears, they will have to choose between staying where life feels comfortable or stepping towards something that has always felt meaningful. They believe they are simply becoming more positive about their own path, but what they don't know is that this brighter outlook is preparing them for a moment that could completely redefine the future they once thought was impossible. A remarkable shift is about to unfold, and this is the moment where everything begins connecting in ways neither of you could have predicted. The person on your mind has stopped measuring progress by how quickly things happen. Instead, they are paying attention to how deeply certain moments affect them. That single change has opened their eyes to something they overlooked for far too long. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They are beginning to recognize that every unexpected delay carried an important lesson, every unanswered question pushed them toward greater clarity, and every emotional challenge quietly prepared them for what comes next. What once looked like a closed door now seems like a path that was simply waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. They still haven't spoken these thoughts aloud, but inside, they are becoming more certain with every passing day that the future they once doubted may be much closer than they ever imagined. Something else has been happening behind the scenes, and it is impossible to ignore any longer. Their confidence is no longer borrowed from encouraging words or temporary emotions. It is coming from a place much deeper. They have started trusting themselves again. The opinions that once influenced every decision have become nothing more than background noise. They no longer feel the need to explain every choice they make or seek approval before following what feels right. That quiet confidence is changing the energy around them, and people can sense it even if they cannot explain why. Don't skip, because this is where the story takes another unexpected turn. Someone will soon notice this new version of them and ask a question that catches them completely off guard. In that single moment, they will realize they have been carrying one truth inside their heart for far too long. The answer they give may seem simple, but it will reveal far more than they intended, setting another powerful chain of events into motion. Now the distance between uncertainty and action is becoming smaller than ever before. The hesitation that once controlled every decision is beginning to disappear, replaced by a quiet determination that refuses to fade. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Very soon, an ordinary day will suddenly feel unforgettable because one unexpected moment will make everything they've been feeling impossible to ignore. A familiar memory will return with surprising clarity, followed by an opportunity that seems almost too perfectly timed to be accidental. They will finally understand that becoming more positive about their current path was never just about personal growth. It was preparing them to recognize something priceless when it finally appeared in front of them. And the most incredible part is still ahead, because the next step they choose will not only change the direction of their own journey, it will bring them face to face with a truth that has been quietly waiting for the perfect moment to be revealed. A quiet realization is about to become impossible for them to ignore. For days, they have been telling themselves they were simply feeling more hopeful, but now they understand that this new confidence is pointing towards something much bigger. Every step they take forward seems to uncover another piece of a puzzle they never knew they were solving. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. They are beginning to notice that whenever they imagine the future, one familiar presence naturally appears in their thoughts. They never plan for that to happen. They even try to replace those thoughts with practical plans and everyday distractions, yet the same picture keeps returning. Instead of resisting it, they are finally allowing themselves to explore why it feels so real. That single decision is opening a door they kept locked for far too long, and behind it is a truth that has been waiting patiently for the right moment. The most surprising part is that they no longer feel the need to rush. In the past, impatience created confusion, but now patience is creating clarity. They have realized that meaningful connections are not built through pressure, they grow through understanding, trust, and perfect timing. This new mindset has changed the way they respond to everything around them. Small disappointments no longer shake them. Unexpected delays no longer feel like failures. They have started believing that every experience has quietly been preparing them for one unforgettable moment. That belief has made them stronger than they have ever been before. Even people around them can sense the difference, although they cannot explain where it came from. What no one realizes is that every positive step they take is silently bringing them closer to someone who has never truly left their heart. Now the story is moving toward its most powerful turning point yet. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Very soon, something completely unexpected will interrupt their normal routine. It may seem small at first, a simple conversation, an unexpected reminder, or a moment that feels strangely familiar. But it will awaken emotions they believed had been left behind forever. In that instant, they will understand why today's positive outlook feels so different from anything they have experienced before. It has been preparing them for a choice that could redefine everything they believed about love, timing, and second chances. They still think they are simply following a better path, but they have no idea that this path is slowly leading them toward a meeting, a message, or a revelation that will make every confusing moment of the past finally make perfect sense. The moment they recognize that truth, nothing inside them will ever feel the same again. A moment is drawing closer that cannot be postponed any longer. Everything they have been feeling is quietly leading to one decision that will separate the past from the future. They may not realize it yet, but their heart has already chosen a direction long before their mind was ready to admit it. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Every experience that once seemed confusing now begins fitting together like pieces of a hidden picture. They finally understand why certain people drifted away, why certain opportunities never worked out, and why every unexpected delay seemed to push them toward a different road. None of it was meaningless. Every step has been preparing them for the confidence they feel today. This positive energy is not temporary excitement, it is the beginning of a completely different chapter. For the first time in a long while, they are no longer afraid of what tomorrow might bring. Instead, they are becoming curious about the possibilities waiting just ahead. There is one final truth they have been keeping from themselves. Deep down, they know they cannot continue pretending that one important connection means nothing. Every attempt to ignore it has only made it stronger. Every effort to move on has somehow brought them back to the same place. That realization is no longer frightening, it is becoming incredibly freeing. They have stopped asking whether they deserve happiness and started believing they are ready to receive it. That quiet belief changes everything. It influences the way they speak, the way they plan, and even the way they see the future. The people around them notice a new light in their eyes, but they cannot explain where it comes from. What they don't see is that this confidence has been growing silently for a long time, waiting for the exact moment when fear would finally lose its grip. Now the ending of this journey becomes the beginning of something far greater. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The path they feel so positive about today is leading them toward a moment they once believed would never happen. An unexpected opportunity, an honest conversation, or a simple message has the power to change everything in ways that seem impossible today. When that moment arrives, they will finally understand why their heart refused to let go, why hope kept returning even after difficult days, and why today's quiet confidence feels unlike anything they have experienced before. They will realize that this wasn't just about finding a better direction, it was about becoming the version of themselves that was finally ready to recognize what truly mattered. And when they take that final step forward, they won't be walking into uncertainty anymore. They will be walking toward a future that has been patiently waiting for them all along.